So if you haven't heard of Randonautica yet, you're not alone because I had no idea what it was when I first was researching for this video. But after looking into it, it looks like it's a huge TikTok trend for people to share the creepy experiences that they've had on the app. And some of those experiences are what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Mackenzie Smith, and today on Most Amazing, I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 scary Randonautica experiences on TikTok part 2. And if you haven't already seen part 1, definitely check that out. And for a quick rundown of Randonautica, it's an app you download, and when you open the app, you're supposed to set an intention of something you're trying to see. Then after doing that, you ask the app to give you coordinates to a random location, and then you go there and see what you find. And the app supposedly sends people to high energy points near them, and that's why people have documented themselves coming across really scary things. And I guess now let's get into that list. Starting off at number 10, man on the side of the road.
I just went randonauting, and our intention was death. We were on our way to the spot, and I look out my window and there's someone laying in the gutter.
This one honestly gave me chills. So user Mike and Ray captioned the video, "This just happened in Aurora, Colorado." And then added text on the video saying to not go randonauting. And the video starts with her crying, saying not to use the app. Then she says how she set her intention to be death, and that when she was driving really close to the location, she saw a man on the side of the road laying in the gutter with a woman on top of him, kinda holding him and trying to help him out. So the user then pulled over, and when she got over to them, realized that the man had been shot, and then she had to call the cops on their behalf. And in this video, she's crying so hard at some points it's hard to understand what she's saying. So if that's any indicator of the stuff this app makes you encounter, it can be really messed up. In at number 9, man in a field.
Sky. Oh my god. I can't. What if the person shows up in my rear view camera?
User Ephemeray had another really creepy experience, captioning her video, "So we tried Randonautica and this is what happened." Then showing her filming outside of her car in the pitch black, in some sort of field it looks like. And you can see in the distance there's a man walking towards them completely alone. And some of you guys might be thinking that this could have just been the man's property and he was trying to see who was trespassing or something. Which could be true, but it's also just really creepy that he was alone in the field in the pitch black when literally nothing else was around. And you can see the girls quickly leaving while still showing him walking towards them. In at number 8, creepy shoe. User Merck Garcia captioned the video, "You won't believe what we found." And I honestly didn't believe it until I saw it for myself. The video starts with the user showing that they have arrived at the destination, and it looks like a ghost town because no one else is really around. Then it looks like they go into some sort of construction site because there are just piles of sand all around them. Then they approach this one pile, and as they're walking up, you can see that there's a shoe sticking out of the pile of sand. So one of them goes up to the pile and starts hitting the shoe with a stick. I assume it's to see if it's just like a random lost shoe or to see if the shoe is attached to anything. And it ends with the woman hitting the shoe multiple times, and when it doesn't move and the dirt starts to fall, she suddenly runs away, telling the other friend that she just saw a leg.
There's a leg, there's a leg, there's a leg. No, there's not, no, there's not.
And I don't know how it ended, but I hope they called the cops to report that. And at number 7, scary white van.
This location. I was like, I know where that is. It's about 5 minutes away, so I drive out there. Mind you, it's midnight, I haven't charged my phone, and I didn't tell anyone where I was going, so I'm stupid.
A user named Sour Bongwater captioned her TikTok, "Always randonaut with friends," and she describes how she decided to go to a location that was about 5 minutes away from her house, alone when it was midnight, and not tell anyone where she was going. Then saying it wasn't what she found at the location that scared her, but what happened when she got home. So she said she went to the location and it was a random field with nothing really there. Then she saw some cop cars and decided to dip. Then she decides to leave and notices that when she pulls back into her driveway, a white car pulls up right behind her, with their lights fully facing her car. Then she shows a video of herself in the car that night, freaking out about the fact that there's a random white van fully watching her. Sadly, she doesn't tell us how it all ended, but I'm assuming she recorded the TikTok the next day, so she was obviously fine. But I'm sure she was still incredibly creeped out. In at number 6, invisible man.
So there's that dude. Keep an eye on that red truck.
He's literally right behind
you
us
guys.
now. He's right by that mailbox and he's not there.
He's not there and the truck is not there. What the f? What the f?
User Rayleigh captioned her video, "Y'all what the F?" and re-uploaded a video from user Shaylin XO. And in this one, she didn't say what her intention was or give much backstory as to what happened, but what she showed was really creepy. Basically, it starts with her showing that there is a man walking pretty closely behind their car with a dog in the daytime, as well as a red truck really close behind him, which are both, pretty normal looking things. Then it gets really creepy when she shows her backup camera of the car, and in the camera you can see the mailbox that's like directly beside the man, but you can't see the man or the red car in the backup camera. And just to make sure it's not a crazy coincidence, she then turns the camera to the man once again. And you can see that he's come even closer, but he still wasn't seen on the backup camera. And I'm not really sure what that all means, but it's obviously really scary. Halfway through number 5, skulls. This next one is from the user Alex Kemp, and it's captioned, "Randonautica is just one big old nope." Then in the video you can see a group of girls walking around in the daytime, saying that they wanted to try the app out to see what they'd find, then saying that the app took them to some woods. Then when they showed up at the exact location that the app told them to, they ended up finding a skull that looked pretty old and kind of human. Then they discovered a really small one right near the other one. And to be honest, the skull looked pretty real to me, like it looked pretty worn down, but the fact that one of the girls was smiling while looking at the skull is making me second guess if it is real, but incredibly creepy if it's all true. In at number 4, empty bullets. User Leanne Reynolds posted a TikTok with her trying out randonauting. In the video you can see her and some friends driving together towards the coordinates. She then shows them all walking in a forest area. Then she ended up ending the video showing bullet casings in the forest, which is obviously really creepy. She then made a part 2 of the other times she's gone randonauting, saying that the other times weren't as creepy, and the worst thing she saw was a goat skull the other times, which personally would freak me out, but I guess maybe it's a common thing where she's from, I don't know. In at number 3, kitten.
There was a gate blocking us from getting where we needed to be. Then when I was turning the car around, I kid you not, come here buddy, this kitten was there.
So this one might be creepy, or it might actually just be the app working how it's supposed to. You can decide for yourself. But the user, it's Bree Green, shared how she was supposed to adopt a kitten that day, but her mom told her not to. Then she said she was sad for a while, but after learning about the Randonautica app, she went on it and tried to find a kitten as her intention. So the app gave her a location that was about 5 minutes away from where she lived, and she started to head out. But when she was approaching, she saw that there were gates blocking her from getting to where she needed to be. And because she didn't want to trespass, she ended up just turning around. And then the craziest thing happened. When she was turning around, there was a kitten right there running towards her. And a lot of things on this app might be BS, but that's a pretty insane coincidence if you ask me. In at number 2, coffins.
Me and a bunch of friends decided to go explore a park that was located nearby all of our houses, and in the creepy back area we found a lot of coffins, and we got curious and opened one, and there were spikes.
This next one is another really creepy one. So the user Krista Ball posted a video with the caption, "Possible cult activity near my house?" And he showed him and his friends being led into a creepy field area by the app. And when they arrived, you can see all sorts of random stuff that looks like it came out of a horror movie, including tons of coffins. And when he opened up one of the coffins, it had spikes on the inside. Then there's a large wooden plank that can be rocked up and down, and it looks like an old school torture device. Then he ends saying that if the video blows up, he'll come back at night. And when he ended up coming back with a Ouija board, thankfully he didn't find any spirits, but still really creepy. And finally, number 1, giant skeletons.
Somebody asked me, I get this a lot, have you ever had a crazy experience using Randonautica? Yes.
This last one is pretty cool because one of the founders of the app named Conrad decided to talk about the craziest things that he's encountered while using his own app. He starts off saying that he has had a lot of stories of what he called mind-bending synchronicities, but he speaks of one where he was with a friend and the coordinates was in the middle of the lake. So they walked as closely as they could to that point, and they were talking about giant skeletons at the time. Then when they were approaching the point, they saw this random man meditating at the edge of the lake. They then asked him if he thought intentions could affect random coordinates, and the man said yes. Then they randomly asked them if they can see a rock wall across the lake, and when they say yes, he tells them that there's giant skeletons under it. And that creeped him out so much because it was exactly what they were just talking about before they encountered this random man. Alright everyone, that's all from me today for this video. Let me know what you're thinking about all this below. What was the creepiest story in your opinion? And are you thinking about trying this app? And if you have tried it, please let us know your experience below. For me, I'm an incredibly curious person, so I think I might try it at some point, but I'll just make damn sure that it's in the daytime and I am not alone. But before I head out, I'm gonna shout out some comments from Eamon's part 1 of this series. So Mac McCheese said, "Never heard of randonauting until now, lol. May just try it and see if I can get something spooky or find stray cats. If you do give it a shot, please let us know how it works out below." Then Ryan Kelly said, "Why was the frog waiting for the bus? Its car got towed." Thank you so much for that joke. I really needed it right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty freaked out by all of these. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get much sleep tonight, but that's another story. Then Phil said, me and my friends found a cow skull in the middle of the woods by an abandoned wood shed. Wow, that's really creepy. I wonder what your intention was. Please let me know below if you're watching this one as well. For me, if it was skulls of any kind, I would still be freaking out. Alright everyone, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching if you made it all the way here, and if you did, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on Instagram to be kept up to date with us. And I'll see y'all in my next one. Then randomly... What? Then he randomly tells them that if they see a rock wall, oh my god, I can't read my own writing.